Welcome to the garage. I'm Chris. My friends call me the Candyman, and you already know what time it is. Tonight, we're drafting best ball teams. And hey, this Schnauzer 2 is getting pretty close to filled. It's past the halfway point. Let's get in there. Let's rip some 20-second Schnauzer 2s tonight. It's going to be a chill stream. We'll get a few drafts in. I'm going to cue it up right after the intro. If you're new to the channel, if you're watching this in the future, make sure you hit the like. Make sure you're subscribed. We're going to be doing best ball content, drafts all summer long. Hot best ball summer is here. Don't you know it? And we're only just getting started. I've got a 500 subscriber goal to hit before the start of the NFL season. We're almost there. I think we can do it, but I need your help. So make sure you're subscribed. Come get in the chat. Say what up. Hang out with the community. Get your fantasy and best ball strategy questions answered. A lot of sharps in this community. A lot of cool, smart, good-looking guys hanging out in the chat on a Wednesday night. And it's a lot of fun. So we're all about fun. We're all about the vibes. Been doing a ton of really fun streams lately. Streamed last night with none other than JT Best Ball over on his channel. Make sure you've checked him out. Really fun. We did a Best Ball Mania. We talked strategy. He's going live all the time. On Monday, the BALLSY show with none other than the GOAT, the Jeopardy star himself, the great BINDLES. And we had another banger, another great guest, Danny from the Fantasy Stock Exchange. We ripped 2 drafts. We got into a Best Ball Mania, of course. Then we ripped an Eliminator. Super fun time, chatting it up, talking ball. Make sure you check out that episode. Coming up next Monday on Bindle's stream. Make sure you're subscribed over there as well. BALLSY, Monday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. And an extra special guest, Neil Orfield, is going to be coming on to get ballsy, rip a draft with you boys. And looking forward to that. A lot of other good stuff we're cooking up in the meantime. So stay tuned and let's go ahead and get into these drafts and hit the intro. But overall, it's like the guy can ball. Like actions speak louder than words. What's going on, fellas? How we doing? Got Bindle stopping by. Got you, fam. Congrats on the Jeopardy win. I'm not surprised, but I'm impressed. Incredible performance. The guy knows ball. Destroyed Best Ball Jeopardy on the Fanspeak Network channel. And shout out to Pat as well. Put up one of the best efforts in a loss that you could ever have. 2 GOATs, 2 legends. Dirty P, is it feeling like a Hertz team? Got him today in Chad's Candles Live BBM at 62 unstacked. Ooh, Hartman in that room too. Hey, let's go ahead. Let's enter this Schnauzer 2, and then I'll catch up with y'all in the chat. I'm hitting enter now. I queued it up. Let y'all know in the chat. I'm going in. Yeah, it's waiting on 10. Perfect timing. It is feeling like a Hertz stream, a Hertz team. How much Hertz do I have? I could use some more, but I've got some. Only 7%. I think I had more pre-draft. Why is that so low? We got to fix that. Geez, 5% in Best Ball Mania. We got to fix that. It's mostly because I haven't been going so hard on the elite QBs as it is to this point so far, except for Jaden Daniels, Lamar Jackson. I went a little bit harder on them. Need to get some Jalen Hurts. JT Best Ball, there he is. There's the guy. Appreciate you. We're going to get into these schnauzers. We're rating on 5. It's a 20-second schnauzer. Keep pace. We're going to be moving quickly tonight, but we're also going to be drafting, getting into it. Talking ball. Nick Bach winning the flex. Make sure everyone knows Nick. Everyone knows Nick, whether he's in the Discord, on the Twitter. But he's also got a channel here on YouTube. He's streaming best ball all the time. Catch him live. He's having great guests on as well. We've been over there. He's been over here. We've been over there. Great times. Fun times. Winning the flex. Hashtag I know ball. Hashtag QBs matter. Hashtag RBs matter. What's up on real time? GM Hartman, another goat in the chat, popping by. How you doing, Hartman? Hartman and I are cooking something up. You've seen the Candyman Hartman streams in the past. We're cooking something up for the future too. So stay tuned on that. JT pretty sharp. I think so. I think he's a very sharp drafter. Love getting to talk ball with guys who know ball, guys who love ball out here drafting in these streets. It's June 18th. If you're drafting fantasy football right now, I don't know if you have a problem or a solution, but I'm here for it. This is what we're doing. We're in these streets, drafting best ball teams, getting after it. These, like I say, these teams, they're not going to draft themselves unless you have an RTA or you're setting ranks and going on autopilot. Then they might draft themselves. You can actually do that, but we still have to draft these teams. That's what I'm saying. Hashtag Arby's are king. Hashtag yes, king. Okay. We're in the 4 spot. Nice. The front half of the board. Very unknown territory for me. If you've seen the stream before, I was born in the 12 spot. It's going to be Justin Jefferson or CeeDee Lamb. I can feel it. Oh, maybe if Bijan had fallen, I might have just pivoted to Bijan just to get just to do something different because I'm so low on Bijan. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab Nico Collins here for this Schnauzer. Let me go ahead and pull Nico Collins up. Boom. Nothing crazy, but I'm going to pull Nico to the front side of the board, get some different combos than what I've already gotten him on the back side of the board. Honestly, I was kind of feeling like a Bijan team tonight because I've got so little Bijan. I take Jefferson and Lamb and Gibbs ahead of them. I want to mix them in every once in a while, but let me get different. I was already planning on doing something different. Let me get Nico Collins here. Take a bet on that at the first, in the first half of the board, the first 4 picks, because kind of what I'm thinking is, and this is nothing new, but it is a time box tournament. I've already gotten some Nico Collins teams with Brian Thomas, with Ladd McConkey on the back side of the board. Maybe a guy like Ladd McConkey falls to 21, but not very often. So maybe I can stack him up over here with something a little different. Pick 21 could be Bucky Irving. JT could be... We'll see. We'll see what it could be. Big moves coming soon, no doubt. Oh, we're cooking something up. How we doing tonight, fellas? Hope you're having a great Wednesday. Biff Tannen in the 8th spot. That's a familiar name. What up if you're out there? Hope you're doing good. Got Vape in the 5, of course. Vape's out there ripping drafts. Brian Fantana in the 11th spot. The great Brian Fantana of the Channel 4 news team. I haven't seen Anchorman in so long. Brian. Channel 4? Yes. Brian Fantana, the lead field reporter for KVWN, Channel 4 News in San Diego. I haven't lost a step. I still got it. Honestly, the time that Anchorman came out, and I'm a huge Will Ferrell fan. Just love those all those comedies he did. Step Brothers, Ricky Bobby, Anchorman. Just perfect timing for me. Middle school, high school, right up my alley. Crude humor, improvised humor, tons of memorable quotes. Step Brothers, of course. Okay, so we're on the clock, and how we're gonna get different? Well, shit. Lad McConkey's still there. Fuck it, whatever. We're gonna take Lad McConkey. We're not gonna pass up the falling value. I'm trying to get different. I'm trying to get different combinations. You guys didn't want it to happen. Pulled up Rashi Rice. Pulled up Bucky. Lad falls to 21. So hey, maybe we're just getting unique because I'm gonna be on the left side of the board the entire time. But at the end of the day, my 1-2 punch, Nico Collins, Lad McConkey, could have gotten that at the 11-14 or maybe even the 9-16 range easily. But I accomplished it somewhere different. It's still going to be a different team here on out. Yeah, speaking of Step Brothers, sometimes I forget I even have these media assets. Boom. Subscribers, possibly you. Prestige, worldwide, wide. Boom, like and subscribe. Let's get back to the board. How you guys doing on a Wednesday night? Hope you caught that sizzling hot episode of Best Ball Jeopardy from the Fanspeak Network. We had Bindles taking on Pat from the Fantasy Dog Pound. And it was a barn burner. It was, I don't want to spoil it. Maybe I already did spoil it, but it was a good one. One for the books. One for the record books for sure. Ooh, I guess I just do get Trey McBride. I don't have a lot of Trey McBride. I think I just get him here. So that's probably different. That's where I got different. You probably don't see Nico Collins or Lad McConkey with Trey McBride all that often. You don't really see, I've seen Trey McBride fall to pick 33 maybe once, but I don't know if it was in the Schnauzer too, if it's been recently. And this is all tournaments that I've got exposure to. My 13% Nico Collins, 17 teams. How many times do I have him with Lad? A pretty good amount. Just a few. What about McBride? No, not a chance. What about Lad with McBride? Probably not that one either. Refresh. Yeah, Lad McConkey, 15 teams, pretty decent. Of course, the same thing. Him with Nico, 20% of those combos. So flip side, and then McBride. Yeah, don't have him there either. So this is definitely kind of a different one. Trey McBride, not a lot of Trey McBride teams. You might want Kyler Murray. We'll see if I'm in the range to get Kyler Murray. Apparently, it's hashtag Jalen Hurts Day. People are getting nice falling values on Jalen Hurts, according to Dirty P. Yeah, if Lad wasn't there, I was looking to get Bucky. I was looking to get, who knows if Achane falls there. It's not super unique. I could have taken Jonathan Taylor. I could have taken Chase Brown. I just wanted some picks paired up with Nico Collins from the left side of the board. And actually, I mean, by pulling him up, I'm getting the rest of the entire draft paired up with Nico Collins on the other side of the board. So a little different. Time box tournament. 20 max entries. It's a 20-second Schnauzer. I think it's something fun to do. Build a different team. Do something that hasn't been done before. Can Nico Collins be the guy you need in week 17 to win this whole thing? Hell yeah. So, in any given Sunday, he could be the pick. Justin Jefferson, of course, we love him. CeeDee Lamb, incredible. Could they dud out any given week? Maybe. I mean, they're pretty consistent, but maybe Nico Collins outscores them. That's possible. Not every time, but some of the time. and I want to go through a different part of the outcomes tree, decision tree, with my combos now that I'm getting. Let's see. I think this could be a nice spot. I mean, Jameson Williams there, Pickens there. Hampton there is kind of intriguing. Let me take Hampton, and then boom. One more Charger to go with my Week 17 game stack. I think it's a fair place to take Hampton anyways. I'm pretty low exposed to him. I don't know why that is. I usually take a receiver in round 4. It's probably the main reason. And if I don't take a receiver, I'm taking Jaden Daniels or Lamar Jackson. So, I think I've got a good shot at one of those receivers I liked coming back to pick 52. I think this is a good way to play it. I took the elite tight end. I don't want to get too far behind at any position. Burrow at 49. That's a savvy move. It's not always worth it to push Burrow, especially when the T. Higgins drafter is right on your inside before your next pick at 71 versus your 72. Jalen Hurts does go at pick 50 with the Saquon team. I maybe would have considered it because it's such a value. At the same time, it would have been tough to pull off the elite tight end with the elite QB and then feel a little bit behind at wide receiver. I'm going to go J-Mo. Love him. I was between him and Pickens. I got a bunch of both of them. Nice falling value on Jameson Williams, though. That's kind of what it came down to. Pick 52, ADP 43. Let's go. All right, let's turn some tunes on. My work, though, Nico in the left with lads still, but a lot of their players will be different. Hell yeah. I like the way you think, JT. Just curious to hear possible pivots. Yeah, for sure. I'm always thinking about the options, trying to weigh it, trying to get different, and not always taking the same players, not always taking the same combos. I do I set my ranks. I update my ranks almost every day. Can Nico Collins stay healthy? Probably not. Hartman has a good point. His hamstrings are made out of paper. He was born with glass bones. Every day he'd wake up and, break something else. Also Hartman, also true. That is also right. Collins was healthy the year before. Every year is different, Hartman. Hashtag hamstrings matter. Let's bump some tunes. Let me get something good on. I'm going to turn the volume down. Not too loud. If it's too loud, just throw your hand up, say, yo, fix the volume. But I think it's pretty decent. What's up, brother? Owen. What's your underdog name? I I'll recognize it as soon as you say it, but for some reason I don't. I'm missing out. It goes right over my head. I'm not sure. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm ready to rip some drafts, get loose, get in here, finish off this Schnauzer 2. It's going to be closing in, I don't know, a week, 10 days. We got some time, but also let's fill this thing. I'm surprised that the Greyhound has stalled the way it has. I entered it a long time ago. I throw the dates on all of my team names so I can check to see exactly what date, but I entered the Greyhound like maybe 3-4 days, 4-5. I think it was like the Sunday after it opened. So like it had only been open for a few days, not even a week when I entered it. When I entered the Greyhound, that is. This seems like a smash pick, obvious pick. David Montgomery here. Team level correlation with Ladd and Hampton. I've got Montgomery and Williams. I like that. What's going to happen with David Montgomery if they start giving Jahmyr Gibbs some more work? What's going to happen with David Montgomery because his center just retired? I think we'll be okay. What if the Lions regress? What if they're not as good? I think that's a little bit baked in to his round 6-7 turn pick price tag. I think we'll be all right. Touchdown upside is still there. But valid. Maybe I don't want to be too overweight on Dave Montgomery. It seems like it makes sense in this team build, though. Just a Lions team stack. Swift has been rising a ton. If you didn't like Swift at pick 90, you better get used to him at pick 70. I got to do some more research on Swift. A lot of y'all out there seem to think Roschon's got some game. I haven't seen enough from Roschon to be convinced. I think it's Swift's got the game. I mean, Chris Godwin's still there. This is a big enough fall that I'm cool with taking Chris Godwin for sure on this team. Kind of bails me out a little bit too because I passed on him to take David Montgomery. So through 6 rounds, no, that's my 7th pick. Through 7 rounds, 0-2-4-1 build with the Chargers rookie sensation. They took him in the first round, Omarion Hampton. Can he live up to the hype? About to find out. David Montgomery on the Lions. Nico Collins with the Houston Texans. Ladd McConkey of the Chargers. So that's 2 Chargers players. Jameson Williams looking for a breakout year in year. It's year 4, right? Year 4 Jameson Williams. I think that's right. Is it? Okay, now it's Jameson's in year 4, right? Jameson Williams in year 4. There was the ACL year. His first official year pretty much sucked. And then last year was a slight breakout. But the real breakout is still on the horizon. Coming up soon. Another team stack with the Lions, 2 of them. Chris Godwin. And I mean, I got Jameson Williams like 9 picks past ADP. I get Chris Godwin a solid 12 picks past ADP. People a little bit afraid of Godwin. Maybe he ends up on the pup or something to start the season. I think as my wide receiver 4, I'm good. Trey McBride. I'm scooping up a ton of ADP value on this team. Even though I sacked a lot of that value getting Nico, reaching up for him, I think I've earned it back. I want to keep tabs on the Marvin Harrison drafter because he's going to be going for Kyler. I might want Kyler. But do I want Kyler at 93 or 100? And does it matter? Let me figure that out. Okay. I knew I recognized Biff Tannen, Colin. My bad. I'll remember that now. But yeah, I shouted you out when the draft started because I was like, Biff Tannen looks familiar. Shout out. You know, I know that's a name I've drafted with. Biff Tannen. Who is Biff Tannen? That feels like another character. I mean, we've got Brian Fantana from Channel 4 News. Biff Tannen is from Back to the Future. No shit. Back to the Future. I've definitely seen Back to the Future. I just, Marty McFly, Doc. The names just didn't. So I think I probably do go ahead and take Kyler here in most scenarios, and I'm not going to give the Marvin Harrison Jr. drafter even a shot to take Kyler on me. I think the bonus I get from pairing up Kyler Murray with Trey McBride far outweighs whatever else I could get at pick 93 compared to what will be there at pick 100. It's only 6 picks that I have to survive, and one of those picks was Baker Mayfield. So another QB. I wouldn't have taken Jalen Warren at pick 100 or pick 93. So I'm looking pretty good. And then, yeah, the Marvin Harrison drafter, he takes Baker Mayfield unstacked. So you better believe he would have taken Kyler Murray with one of these two picks. Maybe he would have taken both. If I was going to take Baker there, I would take Igbukah first at 94, push Baker to 99, make Sparky Kid or Shrineth take a QB after going Burrow and Jalen Hurts and not having a Buccaneer. That's interesting too. I'm going to have to watch out for the drafter in the one spot. He takes Jaden Higgins. I was going to take Higgins with this pick 100 if he was there. I didn't think he'd be there. Scatterbros, stand up. It could be Trey Harris was gone. I was thinking Trey Harris as well. This could be a Scatterbro team. Mark Andrews is there. Okay, we're doing it. I like the tight end value I can get later. Otherwise, it does seem kind of crazy to pass up Mark Andrews there. But the upside from Scatterboo is something I want on this team. And then I feel really good about those three running backs. So I'm pretty solid with my 1-3-4-1 build through my first 9 picks. I would have taken Jaden Higgins or Trey Harris both ahead of Scatterboo in this build, in this version of the team. Oh, Hartman. Trust me. I get it. I get the sense of humor. I get the troll. He's literally never played a full season on real time. Check the data. Let's go check it out. I mean, did he miss? He played 15 games, I want to say. Because he missed like 1 or 2 games. Yeah, I know he played 15 games. But he's hashtag never played a full season. He came into the league with a groin strain. Well, not came into the league. What was his injury in college? I'll have to look that up too. He came to the league with something. He had the groin strain. Ouch. The foot sprain. Yikes. Calf strain. Oh. Hamstring strain times 2. Son of a gun. In college, did he just sit out 2020? I don't remember that. It looks like he did play full seasons in college, but not as many games, of course, to go with at Michigan. I'm going to look this up. Hartman, the number 1 hater, also the number 1 fan. 2 sides of the coin. I just got off the phone with my agent. I have been signed by the Denver Broncos. I'm moving to Denver tomorrow. I'm going to be renting an apartment near the stadium, near Mile High, and I'm going to be getting a workout in with Bo Nix in the next couple days. So that's happening. Yes, I put myself in the free agency portal. I mean, honestly, just earlier today. So I'm kind of surprised at how fast that happened. I'm going to be trying to start at wide receiver for the Broncos because we all know Marvin Mims is not the guy. Anyone could beat him out, even me in my advanced age. And the injuries I've gone through, the quad tear, the back strains, carrying the team on my back all these years. I took CJ Stroud there because I didn't want to risk him not coming back around. You never know what's going to happen. And he's just so valuable to my build the way I've done this with Collins. I thought about going Herbert, which is kind of also a great pick, but I think I just double down on Collins and take him there and use McConkey and Hampton as a team stack and to bring back and not have to have Herbert. But there's a chance that Herbert comes back around considering the Trey Harris drafters on my left. I doubt it though, but if he did come back around, I'd really have to think about obviously taking him. I'm cool with being a 2 QB build with Stroud and Murray. It's plenty of QB draft capital, but if Herbert is still, and if Goff is still there too. I almost took Goff. I had to really think about it. I almost took Goff over Stroud. Nice little value, but at the end of the day, it's not as strong of a bet the Jameson Williams and Montgomery bet compared to my draft capital I put into Nico Collins. But if Goff, didn't have to think about it too much longer. If Goff or Herbert was still there with my next pick, I would have considered doing something. Dobbins continues to rise up the board. Pick 145. Interesting. Makes me feel good about my 18% Dobbins, all of which has been after pick 170, except for maybe a few. And I've even taken Dobbins a couple times in the last few days. So my exposures aren't fully updated, but we just don't know. Who is Steph Curry? I only watch NFL and the WNBA. Don't forget. Hartman and Dad are like going after it. Two chat rats getting after each other. Love to see it. All right, do we pull the trigger here? I kind of think so. That's fine. I'm not crazy about Kraft. I mean, I like Kraft. I don't have to have him on this build is what I'm saying because I don't have any Packers. I already have a tight end. I probably don't want Kraft on this one. What would make sense? It's not QB. It's probably running back. Who is it? I have a lot of Algier, but I've also pumped the brakes on him lately so that I don't have an insane amount. Besh continues to fall. Maybe this is the right spot to take him. Maybe just go Benson. Didn't catch passes, but just team level correlation. I've already got so many cards. I think that's the play. I don't take a lot of Benson. I don't think he's that good. He didn't catch passes either. I mean, he's no Emmanuel Wilson, but he's quite expensive at pick 140. At 148, slight fall. Team level correlation with the Cardinals. Maybe he's a contingent play. I think he's fully a contingent play on Connor, so I might have just paid up for a full contingent play in the 13th round. I think it's okay. My running back situation is pretty decent right now. Yes. It's been a while. I need to rewatch those. It's been a while. But good reference. Did the Big Ten play that year? It was, yeah, I think that's part of it, TX Politics. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're having a good Wednesday. Yeah, is that what happened? There were no Big Ten games? Was that what that was? Or was it select teams? I don't actually fully remember. I try hard not to remember that shit. Yes, 100%. The Swamp of Sorrow movie reference. I do not know. I'm gonna look it up though. It is from I have no idea. Swamp of Sadness. Oh, The Never-Ending Story. Ugh, yikes. That scared me. I saw that when I was a kid. Terrifying stuff. Terrifying movie. I mean, I've got enough running backs. That's a nice fall on Eckler. Okay, I'm definitely stopping with the 2 QBs. I'll grab Eckler here. And then I've got 6 really nice running backs. I like that. People have been really out on Jalen Noel lately, so I think I can push him around, and I don't need the double stack. But it might be nice. Yeah, he goes. Whatever. Someone's going to take him just for the ADP value, or like, what? Or maybe they remember him fondly from the big board. Whatever it could be. I do want to circle back to receiver probably before I go back to tight end. This could easily be a 2-6-8. Build 2-6-8. Well, yeah. Gesicki's kind of nice. I think that's like my last out for besides Yoshivas. I think it makes sense on this one to get Gesicki. I'm not really forcing the bring back. It's nice that he's a bring back, and the fact that I can be done at tight end now. It's about the range he should be going. 2 tight ends in the same game, but I think if Trey McBride is more of just well, shit. Actually, yeah, 2 tight ends in the same game. Not ideal. Whatever. I still like Gesicki as a pick, just season long. Get a piece of the Bengals. Yeah, I guess if Trey McBride hits my lineup week 17, it's Gesicki's not. Maybe I can ping pong it. Maybe it ends up being Kyler in some other piece, but then I don't know. I have to think that one through. I probably don't want the same tight ends in the week 17 matchups. That kind of doesn't make sense, but it's fine. 2-6-5-2 build. Time to hammer out these receivers. Probably going to take a couple more, at least a couple more receivers, if not 3 more. Let's get back to the board. Let's get back to the chat. Yoshivas goes. I would have definitely considered Yoshivas as my next pick. Congrats on the big leagues. Yeah. Bo Nix, my most owned QB. I'm about to get real close to him. Brunch every morning, showers at night after practice. Can we please make the Mims slander stop? Hashtag no. But maybe. I mean, I was 20% Mims his rookie season. I've watched him play with my own eyes at the Cotton Bowl versus Texas for OU, catching bombs from Caleb Williams, destroying my hopes and dreams at the Cotton Bowl. But he has not turned out to be the receiver that I thought he could be in the NFL. He just has like a bit, kind of like a bit role, doesn't play full snaps, puts up more zeros than he does hitting your lineup. And he just spiked in week 17, and that's kind of our fond memory of him. That's just my opinion. That's why I think he's getting overdrafted. Alec Pierce still there. Easy click. And let me figure out my next pick too. I think out of my 6 receivers, I'm all good. I'm looking good. I can pretty much take whoever I want. Oh, shoot. I forgot to look for Wilson. Not that I even need him, but yeah, Michael Wilson went. Could have been fine. I mean, this is the team where I'm taking a lot of late wide receivers. Could throw in a late Daniel Jones really late if he's still there. Probably won't. Probably will not do that. I feel good about my 6 running backs. And then the 6 wide receivers I've gotten, I feel pretty good about them too. So let's sprinkle in some Keenan Allen on this one. 1 pick left to go. I mean, this room with Nico, Ladd, Jamison Williams, Chris Godwin, Keon, Alec Pierce, Keenan Allen. Maybe I do want that one more shot at the receiver group, one more player, my round 18 pick, to help cover for any missed games from Godwin. I feel like this group can hang though. They can get it done. Not sure if I'm going to need another tight end. Probably not. Although I think Schultz might be there. I know that Conklin's usually there. Where's Conklin? He already get drafted? I guess Conklin already went, which is rare, but he did get drafted, probably to the Herbert drafter, if I had to guess. Yeah, Trey Harris, Conklin. He didn't get Herbert though. It could be a good pick to get Schultz on this one. I don't take a lot of Schultz, and I already have so much draft capital with Trey McBride. So I probably will go Coker. The music is kind of a vibe. Appreciate you. Yeah. Just vibing, having fun getting these drafts, and you know how we do it. Kind of funky in a good way. Harmon and Dad, like an old married couple, fighting it out in the chat. Bunch of chat rats. Best ball, D-Gens, flexing. Yo, what up, Steve? How we doing, brother? Hope you're doing good. Hope you're having a great Wednesday night. Got Ben in the chat. What up, Ben Haskell? How you doing, brother? Hope you're doing well. Superflex time? Maybe. Probably not. Maybe. Got to max out this Schnauzer too. The never-ending story. Yeah, it did traumatize me as a kid. It was just too creepy, the costumes were almost too realistic. There's just like the princess, all the vibe. Every time I accidentally watched part of that as a kid, haunted me. Classic, yeah. What up, Disbanded? Dang, all the picks I wanted are gone. Throwing a 2-2 or a Wix. But Wix can't catch. I'll go Wix. I've got some Wix. You guys like Wix. Get a different piece. I don't know. I'm fine with Wix. I would have liked Coker. Fine with Wix. Would have been fine getting a Schultz. But I think it makes a lot of sense to go 2-6-8-2 on this one. I know Mims was him. I mean, the A dot, the average yard per catch that he had in college. He's a bomber. The dude was great at OU. 20% exposure in 2023 for me, his rookie year. Big hype on the Mims train. Crashed and burned. Never really done it for me. Yeah, that's another one. Wow. Throwback. What up, Alex? How many drafts have y'all done so far? Let me know in the chat. How many drafts have you done since the NFL draft? Because pre-draft, I did 130 or so or something like that. Big boards, little boards. I didn't do any war rooms particularly. And then I think I don't know, post NFL draft, another 130 or so. So I'm getting up there close to 300 drafts, I'd say. Not at 300 yet, but getting close. How many of you done, Alex? How you doing tonight, brother? Thanks for jumping in the chat. Hope you're doing good. Bartax. Fire team. Nick Bach likes it. Appreciate ya. Appreciate ya. Nick, you going live later? You going live tomorrow? What you got going on, brother? Old dudes in the balcony of Muppet Show. Yes. Yeah, they are. Respectfully. Vape was multi-tabling an Elim and a Superflex and a Schnauzer. He gets a rare 3663, but good stacks. We'll check out Vape's team. That sounds fun. 300 drafts in at 75 right now. Nice. TX Politics about 90 in. Superflex time. Ben is jonesing for a Superflex. Probably not. Probably not. I'm gonna recap this team, look at Vape's team, and then probably get into another Schnauz. Because I've got like 8 or 9 left. So I want to get them through. I want to get through with them. All right. 260 pre-draft, about 300 post-draft. Hartman holding it down. Now, Hartman, is that NFL or does that include WNBA? 550 including pre-draft. Putting up numbers. putting up huge numbers. Very impressive. Going live tomorrow afternoon. Nice. Nice. The twinning. 281 plus slows. You guys are getting after it. Crazy thing I remember from one of those drafts, snagged BTJ at 18. That's pretty good. Pretty good fall on BTJ. Craziest thing, I mean, I've seen people do dumb stuff. The best faller I've gotten, I don't know. I have to think about that. We used to call it out pretty often. Look at the old ADP curve, draft capital curve. Shout out to ETR. We used to look at this all the time. Talk about the biggest fallers, biggest ADP grabs that we'd get. I'd have to think about that. I'm not sure. Yeah, a drafting machine. 100% he is. What up, Krieth? Good on ya. Superflex stinks, says Krieth. I did 3 with Huhames. It was fun. Number 20, like, we up in here. Dog, what's up, Fantasy Dog? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good Wednesday night. We're up in here. Make sure you guys slap the like. Let's get that number up. Let's get into another draft. Let's review this team super fast, and then we'll review Vapes. He got 3663. I got to see it. And then we'll get right into another draft. With NBA, with WNBA, I might be at 4 digits. I believe it. I mean, I've seen the numbers. Impressive. Yeah, not really drafting much. Just casual stuff here. Not degens at all. Less volume, more high stakes. I try to walk the fine line. Some high stakes, some volume. I did a bigger board, a biggest board, but I didn't do like too many of those. Addicted. Welcome to the club. This is your weekly Drafters Anonymous meetup. Actually, this is an intervention, Ben. We've all gathered here tonight to talk to you about your drafting addiction. Kind of just dipping my toes in A-Rod. Yeah, just new to this stuff, new to this drafting, this dog app. Just casually ripping a couple thousand drafts on June 18th. Bindles, want to come jump in? Come jump in. Let me throw you a link. Copied. DM you on Twitter. That didn't work. Boom, there it is. I just sent you a StreamYard link on Twitter. Come on in, Bindles. That was only 2 minutes ago. I'm catching up to the chat. Way over my head. 17-year-old, you lost me. It's unhealthy. Yeah. Ben, we all are. Superflex. Yeah, you're trying to max out that Superflex. Probably not me. Max the bigger, only one biggest. Yeah, those are hard to... I mean, you can max them if you're got a bunch of credits or you got a bunch of winnings in the app. Fancy talk. Yeah, just the one hit. Oh, look who it is. Pause the music. Switch up the overlay. Well, first I'll add him. Boom. What up, Bindles?
Ayo.
Ayo, what's going on? Fresh off and I don't want to spoil it. If you haven't already watched the Jeopardy in the chat, I mean, cue it up for after this, but pause here. Close your ears. Put mute. You guys already watched it, though. on the Fanspeak Network, the best ball Jeopardy show. Bindles not only won tonight, the highest score ever recorded in the history of Best Ball Jeopardy, literally doubling practically everyone else's scores. And he's here for his post-game interview.
Honestly, dude, I have no idea how that happened. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest. Like, like I don't know. Like, I watched back all the episodes the last couple days. So, but I don't know. Like, I just feel like a lot of them were. I feel like it was mostly just bye weeks, and then
Yep.
like ADP. Like
The ADP was, I don't know. I didn't think it was easy. It's never
it's
easy,
not
but I
easy.
think like
No.
it's getting easier maybe longer into the summer we go where it's like there's not a lot of shifts. And if there is a shift, we're hyper aware of it. It was like, oh,
Yeah.
Dobbins, the riser. Like I think Pat got that one.
Yeah, no, I mean it's not easy. I don't know. I don't know how to
Not easy.
I don't know how to explain it. Like I just feel like those two things, like if you just lock into those two things, like I feel like that's where I got got lucky or just like felt like that's I don't know. So, yeah, man, honestly, I'm just glad that the bye week didn't come back to bite me in the ass cuz like I feel like I knew them, but I feel like the math part, I just like my brain with all like my heart
On
was
the
already
spot.
beating so much, and like you're on the spot so much that I feel
Yep.
like you were that honestly that was the most impressive thing I saw was just your bye week math was insane. So
Appreciate that. I did update the Twitter bio tonight. The last line says math genius, some say.
yeah, it was impressive. I'm gonna be honest, it was very impressive.
You're impressive. You were killing it on the pairings, the rookies, the QB with the receiver. There was one you had that you nailed that I was listening as I was like multitasking, so I couldn't like try to answer in the chat. But you had one, I think it was like Caleb Odunze, or I don't know which one it was. It was like there was like you named a quarterback and a receiver and like a later receiver or something. But just those combos, it seems like it would be obvious, but it's tough on the spot to be like, oh shoot, who's
No,
QB 22 and then wide receiver 46, and it's like it should be obvious, but it's hard to think of the exact combo.
yeah, no, I feel like I don't know for some reason those one I don't know. Those ones with weak knees. Yeah, dude, my heart was beating like at 9:30. I tuned into the stream that Steve and Andrew was Raub, I think is his name.
Yeah,
I was like my heart was still just like pounding like from 30 minutes earlier. So yeah, man, no,
nice.
I uh, I did not. I don't think I'm going to be able to repeat that performance. I'm going to be completely honest. Like I think it was just the stars aligned this one time. I feel like I'm not going to come close to that again, to be honest. So
I've got faith. There's a bunch more rounds to go. It's starting to heat up. We've got some heavy hitters in the winners bracket so
yeah,
far.
dude, Steve and Justin Herzig
And they're
next
up next.
round.
Yeah, they're on queue. They're on deck, right? So
That's scary.
that's gonna be a fun one. You know, it's I think because like we're out here in these streets, we're drafting these best ball teams, we're living the ADPs, we're looking at these boards every day. It's I don't know how much sharper you can get with like knowing the answers to this. Like, I mean, especially with you got like almost every answer right. I feel like when Hartman and I went, we both missed more than we got right, but we still got a bunch right. But you and Pat were just like getting everything right.
Well, no, it wasn't like everything right. It was just weird. I feel like we would go on runs. Like we go on like four or
Yeah,
five runs, and then
yeah,
we'd miss, and then the other person would go on 4 or 5 runs. It was like
yeah. It was a trade off. Yep, for sure.
I don't know. I don't
It
know
was
how to.
fun.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. Honestly, yeah, and I mean, look at Pat. Like he literally had freaking 6,200. Like it seems like it was a bigger gap than I feel like it actually was. Because like even there at the end, he almost. If I wouldn't have gotten the daily double, like he could have easily bet his amount that he had his number and won. So like I feel like it's just it's a lot of it comes down to luck. Like you have to know your bye weeks and know your ADP, but like it's a flip of a coin one way or the other. So
It's a fun time. It was a great performance. And yeah, looking forward to more Best Ball Jeopardy all summer. What a fun format. What a fun thing. Great idea.
Yeah, man. How are your drafts going tonight?
Pretty good. This is the first one of the day. Just ripped this 20-second Schnauzer 2682 build. Kyler Murray and CJ Stroud. Running back wise, I did Hampton, who I don't get a ton of, but I want to get some more. I was more in on him during the big board. I need to get back into him a little bit more in the 4th round. I just take a lot of receivers in that round is why. I grabbed Montgomery, got Jameson Williams later. I also got Ladd later, so go with Hampton, the team stack. Scatta Bros Unite. I got Dobbins, who keeps rising up. I mean, at 141, I'll take him. I was drafting him at pick 180, 190. I'll take him at 141. What's the difference? Benson for the team correlation with Kyler, and then I have McBride on this one too. Eckler seemed kind of hard to pass up at that time. 9 picks of ADP value seems fine, and I just tacked on the 6th running back. And then I've got Collins. I took him pick 4 overall, so I pulled him from the right side of the board to the left side of the board. Had to secure the Nico Collins stack. Ladd fell to me. I took Hampton, so I'm really playing into that Week 17 game in Los Angeles. I got JMO with Montgomery for some Lions team correlation. Godwin, Coleman, Pierce, Keenan Allen, whatever. And then Wicks with the last pick, McBride and Gesicki. I did make Gesicki for kind of like the Cardinals bring back, but then I realized after I did it, I was like, shoot, I just took a bring back in the tight end position when I have an elite tight end in the exact same game who should hit the lineup as the tight end. So Gesicki's kind of like, I mean, not the best pick there, but whatever.
I think it's okay. Like, I don't know. Yeah. It's probably not like the number one thing you would do, but I don't think it's perfectly fine.
And it's a tight end too. You don't need, I mean, you could take a 0 at tight end too and still potentially win. It's fine. Vape was triple tabling. He did a super flex, an eliminator, and this Schnauzer 2 all at the same time. He got a 3.663. I was curious to see what he did. So he's got Fields, McCarthy, Young, tons of correlation, Hubbard, Mason, Dowdle. You got Dowdle and Hubbard. That's kind of fun, and it's very cheap for Dowdle, so I like that. I like getting that backfield. He tacks on Sanders, the slappy pick of the week.
I was literally about to say that.
I think it was Jacob talking on ADP chasing this week about the Sanders slappiness, and then somebody else was talking about him too. I keep hearing Sanders all over the place. Oh, it was Sacrilegious on Neil's stream earlier today, a couple hours ago, was talking up the Miles Sanders pick, and it's just like the slap continues.
Yeah, I got to watch that one back. I was doing other stuff, but I caught the first part. Yeah, no, there's a ton of good streams going on right now. Honestly, it's crazy. I feel like today was wild. Like, I feel like it was all day there was stuff going on. Like, literally all day.
Incredible stuff out there. We're doing another 20-second Schnauzer, kicking it off, getting into it right now. I'm going to join now. If you're hearing me say this, I've already joined it. Let's get into a 20-second Schnauzer. I've got 9 left to do. Waiting on 1. Boom. So just how it goes sometimes. But if you didn't get in, come draft along with us. You can still draft in your room and then rip one and chill here in the chat with me, with Bindles, with all the other bros in here. We got, who else jumped in the last couple minutes? Sladen was hopping in. Yeah, I would take Steve against pretty much anyone except for Bindles or me, of course, because you're going down, Steve. You're not going to make it all the way to the top. You're going to get second at best to either Bindles or me. Who knows? Also, Bindles, you're going down at some point. I'm going to take you down too.
Hey man, if it comes down to bye week math, I'm fucked. I'm just saying.
If it was up to the board would just be ADP math, bye week math, quarterback math.
I do want to say one thing too, though. Like, I feel like, I don't know. Like, I was thinking about it when I was watching back some of the episodes. I did do nose tackle. Yes, I'd taken on double teams. That was my specialty. Pause. But
what?
I was gonna say the strategy, because, like, okay, I don't know. I don't remember yours.
You did your homework. I mean, you watched back the drafts. The previous streams. That's what I did too. And then you just gotta, like, anticipate the types of questions that Bruni's cooking up. And I think that's how you were honed in on like thinking, okay, this is how he asks things. You have to use context clues around the ADPs and the teammate stuff. It helps a lot.
Yeah, I feel like sorry, I lost my train of thought. I was starting with the thousands. Like, I don't know. Like, I didn't understand.
I
I feel like that makes more sense to me to work from the higher ones down, because if you
yeah.
build a lead, it kind of puts pressure on
Yes.
the other person. And then like once I had gotten some, then I kind of was like playing it more safe. But it was interesting because both of us had the daily double and we played zero because we were ahead and we didn't want to risk it. So I
Yeah.
don't know. Like, I
Smart.
feel like there's some game theory in there in terms of you going neighbors.
Yeah. I'm going to sprinkle in some neighbors. I don't take them all the time, so I'll get them here.
But yeah, I thought that was an interesting because Pat actually he started off with the 1,000 as well, and then he missed, and then I got it back. But yeah, like I don't know, I just feel like that's underrated. Like I don't know, I'm not like I haven't watched that much Jeopardy in my life, and obviously it's not exactly real life Jeopardy, but you're going the slappy start, Malik
Kind of want
Neighbors,
to. Do you want to do it?
absolutely.
Okay, sweet. Because Sack was also talking up Bowers a lot, and I don't always take Bowers in the second round either. Like my Bowers exposure is probably, let me refresh. And then what up, Basque? How you doing, brother? Hope you're having a great Wednesday night. The exposures that you're seeing is courtesy of the bestballoverlay.com. I've got the combination tool. I can see my week 17 matchups, the exposures. I can filter it to specific tournaments, Best Ball Mania only, or right now I have it filtered to all tournaments. So I've got 6% Bowers across all. I've got $114 in entry fees on him, and then what I could do here with the combo tool is with neighbors. I can search for Bowers. I take neighbors and Bowers together about 33% of the time, which is actually pretty high. I've only got 12 neighbors teams. So not like I'm not underweight neighbors,
I feel like
but
it's fine. Yeah, like it's I don't know. Like I think I just like those players so much that
yeah.
yeah, it's maybe if it was just like other pairings, I wouldn't necessarily want 33%, but I think the week 17 game, I think both those players are just like kind of could be G codes this year.
Oh
So
yeah. I mean,
yeah.
two sensational rookies last season doesn't hurt to get, on the squad, and potentially both situations improved. Maybe better quarterback play, almost certainly better quarterback play for neighbors, and then for Bowers as well. So that's kind of interesting. But they are priced up really expensively. But we're looking for a lot out of them. And then the last thing I was going to say for Basque was, yeah, it is a sick tool. Check out bestballoverlay.com. They've got free tools on the website. You can look at your combinations, your team, teams that you've drafted on there. And then this is a premium feature for the overlay that you can see on here during the drafts. But check it out. You can go there and look into it. It's some good stuff. If you're drafting high volume, like we learned, everyone in the chat recently, I don't know if you saw that conversation, Bindles. People in the chat are somewhere between 2, 3, 500 drafts in this summer. I think I'm around 250 or 300, but incredible.
Yeah, I mean,
If you're
basketball.
doing volume, it doesn't hurt to have a little tool.
Yeah,
That
I was gonna say shout out to Pat. He's in the chat. He absolutely killed it tonight. Like I said, I feel like it's gonna be hard. I'm not gonna be able to repeat that performance. He killed it. And shout out to Best Ball Overlay, absolute game changer. So completely
Yeah,
agree.
speak of the devil. What up, Pat? How you doing, brother? Epic battle with your boy Bendels on the Best Ball Jeopardy. Super fun time. Killing it as always. Great show yesterday with Billy Jones, talking the numbers, getting through the data on that weekly show with Billy's super fun stuff. And then, yeah, we've gotten some interest in the Best Ball overlay. So we were just going through some of the functionality, some of the fun things you can do with the player combos, the exposures, the week 17 matchups. all the free things available on bestballoverlay.com. Great stuff. I'm a big fan. I'm definitely enjoying using it. Bindles, you got to help me out with this next pick because I took Terry McLaurin. Do we just go ahead and grab Jaden Daniels, or do we try to get more receivers?
Let's go Daniels.
Yeah, I guess so, right?
I don't want to be. I think it's a one where we're betting on the year 2 players in this draft.
In an incredible way, and we might as well keep it going, and we might as well build out a true 0 RB team where we have an elite tight end, an elite QB. We've got them stacked up. We've also got neighbors. So this is like we're cooking a little bit already.
Yeah, this is a crazy start.
It's pretty fun.
How do you feel about Terry? Because it's weird. Like I go back and forth on it. I feel like one day I'll be like, oh man, like I just feel like he's so expensive.
Seth, the phone, bro. He is expensive.
And then
he's
the other
more
day, I'll
expensive
just
than he's
feel
ever
like,
been, but he just had a career year. And so one question I ask myself is, if I'm going to buy into a player the next year, I have to see what's changed, what stayed the same. His only competition for targets that's changed is Deebo Samuel, who's not a big target hog. He's a super efficient, low volume, explosive guy who can also handle some of the run game, right? And then what stayed the same is their offensive coordinator and Jaden Daniels. What's his name? Why is it? I can't think of his name right now. It's escaping me. He's the old Texas Tech head coach. You guys in the chat know the OC for the Commanders. What's his name again?
Is it? Well, Kingsbury is
Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah.
Kingsbury. I couldn't think of it for a second there. He's still there. He's there. Jaden Daniels had a great season, right? And so Terry McLaurin had a career year with that kind of surrounding, and it's a lot of the same stuff going into this season. So people say like maybe he'll regress on the touchdowns, and I'm just like, why? Because of course anyone could regress on touchdowns. But at the same time, he had 16 touchdowns in like 19 games, and he had 13 in the regular season, 3 more in each of the playoff games.
Yeah.
So maybe he keeps it rolling. It seems like they got a great connection.
It's just a bet on the offense and a bet on Jaden Daniels, right? Like that's where I think that's where I'm going to end up at. It's just like we're overthinking it if we're just like, okay, we're worried about it regressing, because it's like, okay, yeah, exactly what you're saying. What has changed? Jaden Daniels, you want to be betting on that talent. So is that Joe Burrow unstacked in the 5th round?
Yes, so yeah, it looks like he wasn't stacked up, but I'm thinking Kamara here, or there's Waddle. Do you
I
have
would
any
go Waddle personally, but just
Let's
to
take some Waddle. We're going true 0 RB on this one. I forgot we needed the receiver to begin with, so that I don't mind that there.
Yeah, I think it's just because I want to catch up at receiver, but I like Kamara. I think he's a good click there, but I guess you could have taken Kamara and then got a receiver.
Well, I think it's fine because I already forgot that we were talking about going 0 RB potentially on this one, and we do need to play catch up at receiver. I think it's easier to play catch up at running back later than it is at wide receiver. So let's get maybe even a 4th one here. It just depends. Like I don't mind Connor or Travion, but I think I would take Olave or Addison, Godwin or Judy as well. Maybe even Jennings.
Yeah, I think. When are your next picks?
Yeah, so we're drafting from the 10 spot. It'll be pick 82 and 87.
So you got to just do the 2v2 of like Connor and Mooney, or like Olave and whoever comes back around. So
I'm thinking maybe Olave, or let's go Addison.
Yeah, I like either one.
I'll grab Addison. I think I like Olave too. I want to mix in him, kind of get them all. I think Addison's a great spike week guy, and then helps us out at receiver. Yeah, he misses some games, but it'll be all right.
I don't think it really I think that's very overstated. Like if he get suspended for 3 games to start the season, like doesn't really matter. You can cover off for.
I don't know any better, but I think Someone had mentioned it's like a standard thing that he'll get the 3-game suspension. That's kind of what everyone's expecting. So at the worst case scenario, it's that. At the best case scenario, it's 1 or 2, or who knows what happens. So I think Addison's still a talent. And then you could say, well, what it comes down to is also this is a game where you're trying to win week 17. Addison's not going to be suspended in week 17, so then his value is less dinged than if we're talking about like a season long, like a marathon format or a season long scoring format, or just even like a head to head scoring in a redraft league with your home league, where like if Addison was out for 3 weeks and you potentially lose your first 3 matchups, like that's terrible. But in Best Ball Mania, weeks 1 through 14 is a single leg, so it doesn't hurt as much. It kind of you can play catch up.
100%. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't see that much of a difference between like Addison and Jamison Williams, who goes 2 rounds earlier. Like,
oh, spicy. Yeah, that's a good point though. It's a good point. It's just the offense, but I think the Vikings can get it going too. One of the questions that A-Rod was asking, chances McLaurin gets traded? I don't think so, but apparently his contract's up in dispute right now, and he's doing a little bit of a hold-in or hold-out, but I don't think he gets traded. Yeah, Cliff Kingsbury. Yo, what up, Emo? How you doing, brother?
yo.
What's going on? How's your Wednesday going? A big episode, and everyone's talking about it. Big episode.
Huge.
With JJ Zacharyson. Incredible stuff.
Some are saying rising star.
The emo cowboy is the rising star of the best ball world, along with Bindles, of course, the Jeopardy star of the moment.
Hey man, you said your goal of 500 subs. I think you're gonna cruise past that before the season starts.
We'll see if we can get there. It's all about having fun. If we can get there, it's great. If not, we may have to start grinding BRs weekly. Who knows? That's one thing I haven't done yet. I have never entered a battle royale on Underdog. I've done some golf tournaments that are like dailies for golf, just very, very few. But I haven't done any of the NFL. I considered entering the Dog Bowl each of the last 2 seasons and just never pulled the trigger. Looks fun. Would you think about finally taking a running back and going Pollard here, or should we go for Diggs because we can make up some alpha receiver? Mooney's still there. Downs is still there. I mean, I like Downs a lot. I want to sprinkle him in some more too.
Let's go Pollard.
Yeah, maybe just grab Pollard. Get someone who's a decent late running back option, and then we can get one of these 3 guys. I think one of them should be there with our next pick.
Yeah, I think that's the way to play it. I think Pollard's a good click. I guess we could have done B-Rob with one of those receivers.
Yeah, maybe B-Rob's better for the team correlation. I didn't think that one through fully. Is he still there though?
Yeah. Oh, you want to go B-Rob?
Should we, or should we grab Mooney or Igbuka? Probably B-Rob, right?
Yeah, let's go B-Rob.
I think we should do it for the team level correlation alone, even though he didn't really catch passes, but it's just a thing of like we're betting on this offense, and we waited so long at running back, we might as well try to get some guy who maybe is overvalued, maybe he's undervalued. It's hard to say. He's never been that great for fantasy.
Yeah,
he's not a league winner.
I think he's just. I think I forget who it was. I think it was the Underdog guys, Hayden and Josh. Were like, it's kind of like the Demont bet, but without Gibbs there. Like, just should be really good.
But Eckler's not a slouch, but
no, he's not a slouch, but he's not Gibbs.
But he's not Gibbs. Not the same kind of peak performance right now, part of the career. That's a good take. So Steve was saying he's pretty in on McLaurin. I think that's one of the reasons early on I started being in on McLaurin, besides just kind of liking him myself. Was Steve was always high on him, I think. And then I want to look this up. I don't think McLaurin's ever missed an NFL game. Is that true or am I crazy?
You might be right. I don't remember it, but
Because he's played a ton of games. He's missed some games. He missed one game in 2020, but besides that, he's never missed games.
That's wild.
So yeah, I mean he's literally, and maybe it was not 2019 as a rookie, maybe he didn't play every game, but for the last 4 seasons he's played every single game, most of the snaps. Look, he's crazy good in air yards. And now you have a quarterback who's actually really good, the best quarterback he's ever played with in his career, and those air yards, they didn't really change his receiving total, but he did get a lot more touchdowns out of it.
Just a better quarterback, right? It's a quarterback that can actually throw deep.
Like in a concentrated offense too, because Jaden Daniels had 25 touchdowns, 26 touchdowns, whatever it was, and 13 in the regular season, and 13 of them went to Terry. So like half of the touchdowns.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
So that's, I don't know. People say, oh, touchdown regression. I'm like, but why would it regress? It could just naturally,
slightly, but like even if he scores 10 touchdowns or 11 touchdowns, you know what I mean? Like I still think that would be.
What if he regresses up and scores 16 touchdowns like he did, including the postseason? I don't know. I think it's crazy, but second, as far as wide receivers go, Terry McLaurin was second in the league last season behind Jamar Chase, and then had 3 more in the playoffs and one in each game. So that I keep going back to that, and it's like that is attractive to me. Ooh, I like one of Trey Harris or Burden here.
Yeah, let's get Trey Harris. It gives us another quarterback quarterback option later.
And this is a pretty good looking receiver room.
Yeah, I think with the 4 we took, we can take the rookie upside shot there. I'm pretty in on Harris. I just think he's a very best ball friendly profile. And we want to be betting on the Chargers. I just think they could kind of take that leap with that O-line with Herbert, and then having Ladd as your number 1. Like I just think that's so solid. The running backs they have really could be just a one of the best offenses in the league, I think. And I think they won't be as run heavy as we think. I think Scadabo's a run to the table click here, unless there's a quarterback we want to pair here.
No, because I think it's a little bit early on QB, but there's not like, and it could be a fine spot. There's just no one there that is like the best match. We got a ton of late options with Gino, McCarthy, Tua, even a dart situation potentially. Like so, Scadaboo there makes a ton of sense. I mean, I keep drafting him. I drafted him earlier today. We drafted him like a bunch yesterday too on stream, and then I guess it was Quinshon Judkins we were drafting with Danny a bunch in those 2 drafts. Bindles, can you give me a quick little run through of this team to this point?
Absolutely. At quarterback, we have Jaden Daniels. Running back, Tony Pollard, Brian Robinson, Cam Scatterborough.
When he does that little hop jump and scores in the end zone, that last clip, I think about that. What is it like? It's like some insurance commercial where the guy fishing, the old man fishing, progressive. He's like, you got to be quicker than that.
Yeah, dude,
can't tackle me.
That's an electric clip. Like I love that one.
Had to do it.
two things. Sorry, I wasn't saying we should draft B-Rob over Pollard personally, but I don't think it's like, I'm not going to say that. Obviously, just go with the ADP.
Yeah.
But like, would it be, I don't know, half PPR? Would it be that crazy?
Probably not. I think Pollard does get higher. He's like a higher touch ceiling, I think, but he does have some decent competition. But also Pollard's team is hopefully getting a lot better too. How fast can they turn around? I mean, Commanders turned around 0 to 100 real quick by getting Jaden Daniels, and then Kingsbury just like not flopping, and then Pollard now gets Cam Ward, and I think we're still undervaluing how good Cam Ward could be as a whole, like the market.
I agree. I don't think he's Jaden Daniels. You know what I mean? Like, I
Oh,
think
probably not, but he could be a good passer too. He could just elevate the offense.
no, that's fair. I think elevate the offense. Maybe they're like 15th best offense. You know what I mean? Like, it's like there's levels, and I just think, like, I don't know. It's neither here nor there. Like, I'm not making a strong case for either one of them.
The only thing with Herbert here is he has the exact same bye week as Daniels, but I do like me some Herbert.
No, we don't have to. No. We have JJ McCarthy. We have Tua later. Let's.
But we'd have to take him. We have to take McCarthy now is the thing, and we can do that, or we can just try to get like, when Tua has the same bye week as well. We could try to get something with like Gino later.
Yeah, let's go someone else.
You want to go Ramondre first?
Sure.
I think maybe just grab Ramondre. Jack Besh has been falling a ton. If we do get him, I've seen him fall like one pick to pick 148 or like 145 a couple times, but then we could get him, and then it makes our case for Gino later even stronger. We don't have to though. We don't have to get Besh.
No, I think that's the right clip there.
I mean, it's hard for me to pass up Herbert. At the same time, we have a slightly bigger bet with Addison. Or actually, it's a much bigger bet on Addison than it is Harris. But then we could just get Tua later and make I guess the bet on Addison and Waddle is pretty similar. They're way stronger bets than the one on Harris.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, I like Herbert. I was just making the case for them, but I just, when you have those later quarterbacks out and you have Daniels, like you're kind of just betting on Daniels to be your QB1, and then exactly what you're saying. It's a stronger stack. Okay, so do we go Herbert here, or do we go McCarthy for the? I think I'm fine going McCarthy if you want to.
I have no idea what to do. I think we just keep pushing QB because we have late options. Go Rashad White and just get another running back.
Sure. Yeah.
We can get some depth at this running back room because we didn't go like a true zero RB, but we went pretty deep before getting Pollard. So just getting some depth, some guys that are in good offenses can hit at some points. And then with Herbert and McCarthy, they probably go to the Ladd and the JJ Justin Jefferson drafters. They probably don't come back around, but I wasn't like so convicted that we needed them on this team when we have Jaden Daniels and a big bet there. We're already saying it's like the McLaurin Daniels stack is what you need. And then we've got Bowers. So I kind of want to play into Bowers too. I don't want to like forget him.
I love Gino. I love Gino this year. Like, I'm very in on Gino, especially stacked with Bowers. So I think that's the right way to play it. I think that's lean into your early picks and just bet that those are the Emo Cowboy was talking about that, like, draft like you're right. And so if we're betting on Bowers in the second round, we should probably be betting on his quarterback as well. So
yeah, this is the good point. These are the points I always hear about, like, why not Terry, is because he's expensive. Ayuk in the 49ers. I want pieces of the 49ers. I want to play it through McCaffrey or Kittle, and that's about it. I'll sprinkle in some Juwan Jennings. I don't really touch Pearsall. I think he's really overpriced, but I'll let other people convince me to take Pearsall when I have guests on that like him, and then I'll get my exposure that way. And then Ayuk, I've taken a couple times, maybe once or twice, but it's tough. I want to see it again from Ayuk before I start drafting him again. But he's not too expensive, but the opportunity cost is still high enough where it's like I might as well take someone who's healthy and has already kind of shown it. We're doing good, Tyler. Always good to see you in the chat, brother. The BRs are, yeah, right. It humbles you. Yeah, I think it's tough. I've done a lot of learning, watching, waiting, learning, seeing Pat get into the BRs and some of the other bros who are more into them during the season. And I think the Dog Bowl is the fun way to play it because it's kind of like all or nothing.
Yeah, I haven't really. I also have not really done any of the dailies. I think it's super fun, but it's like I just feel like I don't know what I'm doing to the point where it's probably just completely minus EV to do it. So I mean, yeah, either dive in and get into a good groove or stay away. I would say. At least that's how I think about it.
What's up, Fizzle? How you doing tonight? Hope you're doing good on this Wednesday, my friend. Thanks for stopping in. 500 loading. We're working on it. We're getting there. The grind never stops. Hitting these drafts. These teams aren't going to draft themselves unless you have an RTA or you're loading ranks and auto piloting. In that case, I guess they do draft themselves, but we're out in these streets. Eckler, I guess we don't want Eckler. We made the bet on B-Rob, so that feels weird unless we just get him super late later. Oh, we didn't take Ridley. I was thinking maybe if we had Ridley, Cam Ward would be nice.
You want to go? Is there any wide receivers here?
I like Thielen, and we have a chance. I think we still would go Geno later, but I don't know. Pat Bryant, Thielen.
I like Bryant, but that's just me. Or Garendo.
I saw Grendo there. Maybe we get him. Oh, didn't get it. Boom. Bang. Oh, well.
I'm a big Bryant.
He falls a decent amount, and he's still falling. I don't know what's going on. People are kind of like out on him all of a sudden. Maybe it's the opposite of the fear on CMC. People are more in on CMC, so Garendo's falling more. But I like Garendo.
Yeah, he's a good click.
Dang, another week 12 bye. We kind of we'll have to watch out for that on the back end because we're probably going to stop at 7 receivers, and we've got 4 of them on week 12 bye, which isn't the end of the world, but it's not ideal.
Do we want to go?
Tua is there. Do we just grab him and still get Geno? Or we should pull up Geno here.
You want to do that? Yeah.
Yeah, Geno's the pick here for sure.
Prioritize that stack over the Miami. Yeah.
Yes. And then Stroud was still there, which is kind of crazy, but we just don't have a way to play it.
Yeah, I'm not going to do unstacked Stroud.
No.
Oh, I wanted to shout you out one more time for the Jeopardy, but the Mooney question, I knew it immediately because you and PPR Tyler and everyone talks about Mooney so much that the 992 yards for some reason was just stuck in my brain.
Mooney is the skeleton key to fantasy football in 2025. He brings the spreadsheet virgins and the ball knowers / the film bros together, and everyone agrees that Mooney is him. We're all back in. He's already had the 1,000-yard season in his sophomore campaign, and then had the bounce back really nice with the Falcons. But I guess there is the whole thing of like, how did he actually perform? Oh, love to see that chart. How did he actually perform with Penix Jr. starting? And it's not as good. I think it was those last 3 games.
Yeah, small sample. I mean, I think he's number 2 option. Should be a good offense. I like Penix deep ball is super solid, and that's where he wins. So I like it.
Was Penix starts 15 through 17? Is that what I was just looking at? I think that's what
no, I
16,
think it was
17, 18.
Yeah, 16, 17, 18, yeah.
So even then, if we go back.
Oh, yeah, 28, week 18, yeah.
Right. He didn't play week 18, so he only played 16 and 17 with him. But he did. I mean, that's fine. He didn't produce a ton, but 82 receiving yards, and then he had 11 targets in 2 games is fine. So,
yeah, I mean that's like just really random.
Gosh, week 5, he torched the Bucks. Week 5, the 9 for 2 touchdowns, 105, wide receiver 3 on the week, and then they played the Bucks again, and he got only 4 for 1, but 86. A top 15 receiver type of output. There was a few different receivers that I've come across in my research that have torched the Buccaneers last season. One of them, it was Mooney, and I think London might have been the other one, or I'm trying to think who else it was. Obviously, it'd be someone who played them twice. So I don't know, but it's kind of funny. Like when you start to look at some of those game logs, you're like, wait a second, This guy only had like 3 good games, and 2 of them were against the exact same team. It's like, well, maybe it's repeatable, but maybe not.
I don't think the Bucks defense is going to be that good. I don't think the Panthers defense is going to be that good.
True.
I feel like it's not 100% repeatable, but it's high scoring division. It's good. Yeah.
This game is beatable, they say. I think it'd be an easy click if Ertz is still there. Come on. What? He takes his third tight end with Mark Andrews, Tucker Kraft, Zach Ertz right before us. Hate to see it, but we already got McLaurin. Any other picks here that you think we need?
What tight ends do we have?
We just have Bowers.
I think we push it then. Pierce. I was going to say Pierce.
I took Pierce. It gets us off the week 12 bye issue. We've got 7 receivers we feel pretty good about, but then again, maybe we still go 8. We can stop at 2 QB, so like a 2-5. No, it'd be like a 2-6-8-2 build is probably what we're looking at.
Yeah, good to me.
Something like that, whatever kind of comes our way, but something like that. I like Hunter here. Mostert for the team correlation is probably a good play, but we can push him. Receiver wise, if we take our we can go tight end and finish there before it gets too late. Anyone you love?
I mean, I like Jawan.
I think we might be able to get
him, though.
Okay, well, we took Hunter. That's probably our last running back. I like it for the upside. I'm always taking Jarquez Hunter. I think it might have made a lot of sense to take Mostert there. Also,
I was going to say Slayton. That was going to be.
Slayton was probably the pick. I should have come back to that.
The Las Vegas back.
Dang, I don't know why I didn't tab over to the wide receivers. We should have taken Slayton.
That's okay. I mean, I like Hunter. I want to be. Gretsch, I know, is super high on him. Sean Siegel, like lots of people that are super smarter than I am, are in on Hunter. So I'm just going to go. I'm going to go with that. And I mean, whatever. It's June, so maybe he's not the RB2, but I think at this point it's okay to make that bet. So yeah, so we're gonna need one more receiver and then a tight end. I think with Bowers, yeah, we can punt the second tight end. Like I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, I think Juwan Johnson will still be there, and there are a lot of teams on bye in week 8, but not Juwan and not a ton of the later options are.
Dude, that was crazy. When I was studying up on the bye weeks, I was like, week 8 is just fucked. Like it's
not as bad as some of I guess it is 6 teams on bye, so it's pretty bad. But week 14 was pretty bad last year. Week 12 was pretty bad last year. What up, Seth? How we doing? The Scatterbro clip. Eventually, at the end of the summer, I'll just have a clip of people getting cut off, and it's gonna be like 10 times of you, but like everyone getting cut off saying Scattaboo, and then just like boom, the clip hit like.
Dude, honestly, cutting people off with clips is like top 5 best feelings on earth. So yeah, I completely, I'm down for it, even if it's at my expense. Ooh. Especially if it's at my expense.
I like Dobbins on Den. I like Harvey too, though. I like them both. I think they can both be good. I think all the running back options that Denver had last year were terrible. I think the ones they have this year are much better. Dobbins just proved he could do it. Bounce back season for the Chargers. I think he can do it behind one of the best offensive lines, run blocking wise, for the Broncos. Then I like Harvey too. I'm in on Harvey. I was doing a ton of research on Teteroya McMillan, and I kept seeing Harvey games pop up. And not just him, but other players too. I kept seeing Harvey pop up in the game logs and pop up on the game film, the highlights on the opposing side. And every time you'd see Harvey, it'd be touchdown city, just touchdowns after touchdowns after touchdowns. So I like that.
He's so explosive, man. It's crazy. Yeah.
I don't think we go Mostert with the last pick because I feel good enough about this running back room. I think it's one more receiver just because of the Week 12 bye
Sure.
issue, and it's not like explicitly that, but also just because I think we can just tack on another nice piece.
I like Tutu Wicks. Could go Thornton for the.
Maybe he's a wind sprinter. Maybe he's a special teamer. He famously had less career receptions in his entire 4 years of college than Jack Besh had last year alone.
I kind of like.
Is he worth a click?
I kind of like Tutu better personally, but that's just me.
Let's do Tutu.
Yeah.
And then DK is kind of interesting, but obviously a big rookie swing. We do have Pollard, and then we have a bring back with Juwan Johnson.
Go
But I'm
God,
cool
if you want to
Tutu.
go, if you want to go DK, yeah.
I'm not so convinced. I want to sprinkle in Tutu every once in a while. It's just nice to have Rams pieces, and we already have Hunter, so I'm cool with Tutu there. I think you made the right call. Thornton, I'm not there yet on drafting him, but I think people are starting to come around to it. And I had 11% Wicks. That was not the right call on this team. Eventually, I'll figure out how to get DK on a team, but I probably need to start drafting more Cam Ward. My problem is I'm not getting to Cam. I had 20% Cam Ward in the big board. I'm not getting there in these drafts because I've already gotten my 2 or 3 quarterbacks by the time he goes off. So like I'm not usually looking for quarterback that late. Maybe I need to start planning it a little bit later, or just taking more Calvin Ridley because that kind of forces the hand. But even then, Calvin Ridley is my wide receiver 3 or 4, and I'm trying to stack my wide receiver 1 and 2.
Yeah, no, that's tough. It is. It's weird. It's a weird dynamic how that plays out. I really like this team. I really like this team. I don't take a lot of Daniels on stream. It just doesn't really play out. I feel like it's just because McLaurin usually gets taken before.
Dirty P called it like 10 minutes ago, and then we know right in his face. No Thornton.
No,
People were drafting Trey Tucker a lot recently, and I think that's died down, but
it could still be Trey Tucker, bro. Like, let's be honest. Like,
what's up, Nick?
Thornton's sexy because he's big and fast, but like, it's not even like a guarantee that he's like the wide receiver 4.
Yeah, this is back to the Mooney thing. Taking in the content got you to the Mooney answer, even though you're the only one out on Mooney.
I'm not out on Mooney. I'm just not in love with Mooney.
I'm reeling you back in. We'll reel you back in. I mean, you don't have to be super in on him. It is, just the obvious wide receiver 2 and what is obviously the next rising pocket passing quarterback star of the NFL, Michael Penix Jr., the big, tall, lefty moonball. Reminds me of like Russell Wilson's quality of just like throwing those deep balls that the receivers can get to and put it right where only they can get to it, kind of thing. It's fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I like Downs.
I like Downs too. I need to get more Downs.
And I like the rookies. Like, I just feel like that's where my brain is much more slappy, where it's just like rookie upside. And especially usually at that point, I'll have 4 receivers. So it's like, I feel like those are bigger swings, and I'm just a Downs super slappy. So it's not so much like a anti-Mooney. It's just like I'm neutral on Mooney, but I'm just super high and just like the way that my brain works in terms of those guys. And then Tutu. Why I'm all in on the Rams this year. Like
the Rams.
I think I'm all in. Like I want every piece. We took Hunter. I want every ancillary pieces. I want everyone on the Rams. I just think they're set up to absolutely crush with Devontae and Puka. Their O-line was injured last year, but like their O-line is super solid, and Stafford is still him. So
no doubt. I think so too. I'm drafting a ton of Rams. If I just go to my exposures and do Rams, and this is not fully updated, but it's close enough. And I've done enough drafts. Obviously, this is all post NFL draft, but 8% Puka could be a little higher. Adams, 13%, also could be a little higher. Kyron, 7.58%. I think could be a little bit higher there too. Stafford's the one I'm low on, so I do need to think about stacking him more often. It's just the kind of same problem I have with Cam Ward. By the time I get there, I usually already have my QBs. And then he has the week 8 bye, so he overlaps with a ton of other QBs. So definitely more of a 3 QB build. And even then, the overlap's not incredible. Hunter, I'm at 20%. Atwell, I got another piece. Quorum, a little bit of Terrence Ferguson, a little bit of Higbee. Probably could take a bigger stand on one of these guys too.
Yeah, it's hard. Like I think if we get any coach speak or anything, if we keep our finger on the pulse and we start to get direction that we know it's going to be one guy or the other, they're going to be a huge target there at the end. It's hard right now to really like put your chips down just because we don't really know. So yeah, but whenever we get that, if we do get that, then I'll be.
Speaking of coach speak, he posted a bunch of new blurbs on Discord. I think it was yesterday, and I haven't caught up all the way. So I got to catch up on those and see what's going on. And then also Greg was on the randomizer earlier today. I know you caught some of that. And then he had his own stream with Pete, which was super fun.
Yeah, man. So, great guy.
Yeah, fun to see that. Do you want to give a quick run through of this team that we just drafted?
Yes, sir. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Thanks for being here, supporting Candyman. Get this boy to 500 and more than that for the season. So yeah, we got Jaden Daniels and Gino at quarterback. Feels really good with those two, especially Gino stacked. Tony Pollard, Brian Robinson, Cam Scatterborough, Ramondre, Rashad White, and Jarquez Hunter. Feels pretty good with that running back taking our first one at pick 82. Feels like a strong room. Got some rookie upside shots and some volume guys and guys on good offenses. And then at wide receiver, we have. Oh, sorry. I thought you were paused. We got Malik Neighbors. He had 109 receptions last year with just absolutely ass quarterback play. So what's the ceiling? Could be wide receiver 1 overall on the season. We're betting on it in this draft. Terry McLaurin stacked up. Jalen Waddle, Jordan Addison, Trey Harris, Pat Bryant, Alec Pierce, and Tutu Atwell. I really like that room as well. Like that's what I think this is one of my favorite teams we've drafted. I feel like I say that every time, but like this is truly like I feel like we're just so balanced. And taking Daniels kind of frees up us being able to take some more shots at wide receiver and running back, and same with Bowers early too, right? Like you're gonna go two tight end and 2 quarterback with that, which allows you to do that, and then Bowers and Juwan Johnson, the week 17 king, Juwan Johnson there as our tight end 2. And then maybe Bowers hits our flex if we're betting on Bowers in round 2.
Maybe though, true, honestly. And the only thing I think is missing is potentially it'd be nice to have a Dallas piece to bring this back. Sure. I don't know how we'd want to play that though, because it wouldn't be at tight end. We got Bowers at running back. Maybe we could have slapped it up and taken Miles Sanders. And then we never had a chance to get Pickens, I don't think, because we took Daniel. So
yeah, it's other side of the board too. So like doesn't really play out. So it's okay. It's hard to get those bring back pieces unless it's like a Ferguson or a Miles Sanders or or Blue or whatever, one of the running backs. Just the way the board falls. So yeah, man, this is it's a very fun build. We took Bauer second round. It's Puka Nacua, but in your tight end slot, pretty good pick. So I love it.
I forgot I had this background up, but yeah, that's a pretty fun team. We've drafted some fire teams together, and one more to add to it. Boom, there we go. Back to outer space. Bindles, anything that people should know, anything on the horizon? Obviously, we have BALLSY this coming Monday on your channel in the description, but everyone here is already subscribed. They're already there. But in case you're not, in the description, if you're watching this in the future, Bindles channel down there. And we have Neil Orfield, the one, the only, the oldest man to ever stream draft all 150 Best Ball Manias. They did it last season, and he's in the Guinness Book. I did get my latest copy in the mail, and he's in there. I saw a big picture. There's a lot of flannel, so I'm looking forward to what we can cook up. Hey, maybe that's an idea for the thumb. Maybe we have like a Guinness Book. Something like a walking.
Man.
Nah, maybe that's too far. Maybe not the walking walker, but some flannel, obviously.
It's not too far. Nothing's too far. No, man. Keep saying I'm gonna make video. It's been on my docket, but I just new job, taking up a lot of my time, commuting to work and whatnot. So don't have a lot of time, and then if I do have time, I'm streaming with someone else. So yeah, not too much, honestly. Time is thin right now, and but yeah, no, happy to hop on. Thanks for letting me impromptu jump on. Always appreciate you. Don't have to do that. If you ever want to say no, don't hesitate to do that if you want to have a solo stream. So but yeah, man, no, keep grinding away. The work is definitely not going unnoticed, and yeah, excited for the rest of the summer.
The Jeopardy King, the GOAT, Bindles, appreciate you coming on. Always fun to draft with you. And we'll catch you guys in another draft real soon. Peace out.